live.
Valve were enjoying that game so much they decided to add some extra tension and a brief pause there as we get the server
To
updated.
update Vertigo and Abby.
Yes, it's vital, Dan. We needed those updates just to make sure this game had everything required, just in case it did go to...
There must be...
205 days, Valve.
Okay, again.
There must be a dedicated Vertigo crew, right?
I know you know. You know I know you know. 205 days.
In a dream world, James, what's the update you're looking for? You want to be able to draw on the map? What other features are you going to bring in?
We had a discussion, if you recall, where we said we agreed like it would be cool if, let's say, you had a team of players, one person could draw on a map and everybody else could see it, for example.
That would be really nice.
So I said, like, could we have these kind of things as well?
Yeah.
I sent it to every like head developer of Valve together. I sent it to all of them,
and they just
like this guy again.
Sometimes they reply.
Maybe they're working on it.
Sometimes they don't reply.
Like that would be actually a nice feature.
Maybe
The in-game leader could just call a timeout and say, "Look, you're going here. You're going here. We're going to push like this, and it's going to work out." That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Maybe they wrote a bot which is like whenever James Bardoff sends an email, the bot just like creates like some humanized response.
That could be happening as well.
That could be a thing. I mean, they're game developers. They can do whatever they want.
But they could. Absolutely
they could do this.
I don't think they have, but they could.
So I guess we could get this back on topic. What do you think, Henry? You're the host.
I mean, that was pretty interesting. I mean, the game's good, but Bardoff's mind.
I do want to know, because you might know this, James. So you said that you like to play like Office.
Yes.
Right. They keep updating Vertigo.
Yes.
Right? The map's been out for literally 20 years.
Yes.
So, is there like a specific Vertigo crew? Like there is an Office crew.
There's Vertiglobals for sure.
Vertiglobals. So there's even a term, Vertiglobals.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Vertiglobals. There's Vertiglobals. There's Office Globals. I can beat Office Globals though, but if it's four noobs, like proper noobs, then you know it's not.
So if you took the Vertiglobals and the Office Globals and you put them on like Mirage, what happens? Who wins?
They'll lose. They'll get battered. They'll get absolutely smashed in the face.
The Office Globals are the worst of the worst. I don't like those guys. I play against them once a month just to see what they're up to. Just check in with them. I even tag up and go with my real name and say, "What's up? Let's go. Let's see what you got." Speaking of which, actually, there's no segue there at all. I'm just going to get straight into it. We've got a very special video you guys created a few months ago. It's called The Sounds of CSGO. It's about the M4 this time. For those that didn't see it earlier, we're going to jack it on for you now and let you enjoy the dulcet tones of James Bardoff and DDK and the shots of the M4A4.
All right, let's have somebody grab it clean. I was very, very much recording that.
We're back here at drivetanks.com in Uvalde, Texas, and we're going to shoot the M4 today. What can you tell us about the M4?
So the M4 actually is seeing combat all the way when it was originally designed back in the 60s and saw combat in the later ends of Vietnam and still ended up being the current service rifle we're using today. So it's had a long service history. Fires the 5.56 NATO round, incredibly reliable platform. So on this one, we do have an EOTech holographic sight, so you have a lot of fun with this guy. And I mean, absolutely incredible weapon.
This gun is super moddable, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything ranging from different optics to 1x all the way up to 8 and grenade launcher attachment, and pretty much anything you want.
So on the side here it says M6, but you said in military terms it's an M4A1.
M4A1 says it's the full auto variant.
Okay.
Most of your other M4s are started out in 3-round burst.
Alrighty then. Okay, well, if the giraffe agrees, then perhaps we can get shooting this one.
Step on up. All you gotta do is send the bolt forward by pressing down on that. There you go, bolts forward. All you gotta do is flip from, just gonna fire semi first.
This scope is, ooh. Man, it has a kick.
Get ready for the rate of fire on this one, though.
That's beautiful.
Bolt's back, so all you got to do is hit that again, send the bolt home.
So James, you've just shot the M4A1 unsilenced, and what did you think about it?
I thought that it sounded quite a lot like the M4A4 in the game, actually, almost exactly the same. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a great gun to shoot in general. This scope is pretty awesome as well, but we won't talk too much about the scope since it's not scoped in the game. But in terms of the sound, I think it's very M4A4, but it's very satisfying to shoot. It's got good recoil. I like the way you hold it as well. It feels nice, and I think the size is pretty good as well. We shot some larger and smaller weapons, and I think of the larger ones I think are generally better for stabilization and trying to be accurate and so on, at least for me. So it was very fun to shoot. I love the color scheme as well of this. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's all over a great gun, and M4A4 is what it sounds like.
Yeah, this is my favorite one, I think, just from all categories, I have to say. So definitely another winner.
James, you look very powerful with a gun in your hand. It really suits you.
Wait till you see a flamethrower.
Is that coming? Is that a teaser?
And a tank.
No way.
And a Pack 40 anti-tank
when can we see this?
cannon.
How long?
We have to wait till the other weeks of ECS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to come back if you want more of that action.
Absolutely. Click the follow button.
Dan, will we ever see you use the weapon, or are you just a spectator every time?
I shouldn't really be handling firearms, should I?
It's probably fair enough. Yeah, I feel like...
That said, he did explode something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now
we actually have that here somewhere. Where is do you have the puck? I think it's on that table.
Ah, I know what you mean. We said that we had this last season, the silver one.
Yeah, we've had it for a year.
Yeah.
Had it for a while. Go top down camera. Top down camera. Top down camera.
There we go.
Go. All right, so Dan couldn't shoot things because his shoulder was wrecked, but he could explode things. And this is what Dan exploded. He exploderized. This is like a thick steel puck. I got, finger for... I don't have a banana handy, but... crap. That will have to do. It's really heavy.
It's a unit.
It's really heavy. Yeah, so this was exploded.
So how did this work? Is this down at the end of a range, or what?
There's a shape charge. Basically, there was a ditch.
Okay.
And... I don't know if it covered it in earth. I don't remember.
No.
I know. So there's a shape charge.
Just...
So you can make it so an explosion, use a cone, and it just goes in a certain direction, basically. Right. And this is a few inches thick of straight steel. And Dan lit a fuse and then blew this up. So
how did that feel, Dan? Having that power in your hand.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
It was like the cool thing is that it's actually like it wasn't like a full C4 charge worth of C4 type, but it's like the same kind of explosive that you would use in C4.
Pretty scary,
not as much.
That's a thick bit of metal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
It can penetrate like that. Pretty remarkable. You guys have done a lot of the Sounds of CSGO stuff so far. What's been your favorite weapon to handle? You used the AWP, which was my favorite. I think that was really cool. The fact it's a British story going on there.
That was insane.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
The AWP was insane. The AUG was pretty awesome. Did you shot the AUG right the first time?
Well, I think the Pack 40 is pretty special because just the sheer gravity of that, but also the AWP because we've met the person who invented the best sniper rifles in the world, and he's like, "Here's how you shoot. Here's how you shoot it." It's like guiding us through that process and like talking about the history with him. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
So
I think in terms of shock, the AWP hearing that was insane.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't so much that you heard it, it was that you felt it.
It's like the sonic boom in the room, right?
Yeah.
It fills the entire the energy of the.
Yeah.
Feel it through your organs.
But if you scaled up at AWP,
Sure.
then you might get a Pack 40.
Yeah.
And we shot through a car
That's awesome.
with a Pack 40, and that, well, just wait until you see that it's absolutely insanity.
I'd like to see you do the sword off as well. I think that would be fun. You would look quite nice with a sword off. Maybe 2 of them at once.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's kind of illegal.
I mean, that's never stopped us before.
That's
maybe.
true. I mean, well, I say that, but it's probably you could probably do it in Texas. I mean,
was about to say,
we came pretty
depends.
close to getting C4,
Yeah.
right? So we could probably. I don't know why someone would do that though, unless they were looking to rob a bank. That's why you do it, so you can swing it around.
That's true.
You're not going to hit
Keep it in
doors
your
and
jacket,
things.
and then it's, you can't miss, really, can you?
Yeah,
That's the whole
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Don't see it much in CSGO, though, do we? So maybe not the best one. What's the dream weapon right now? What have you got your eye on in terms of CSGO? Is there anything you really want to try out?
We have done a Deagle, but
Okay.
the reason we didn't do a video with it is because the particular one we had almost had like a counterweight on the front of it.
Okay.
Had this giant thing on front of it, and we wanted one that was identical to the one in the game, so we didn't do that.
We even found a Hello Kitty skinned Steagle as well.
No way, they had skin
No,
ones.
it was
that
an
an AK?
It was actually an AK-74.
That's
The guy
awesome.
said it was an AK-47, but some nerd said actually no, that guy is wrong. It's
It's
an
a difference.
AK-74.
Yeah.
You know what? The dream for me personally is actually a Day of Defeat gun, the K98.
Oh, we did that recently. I did that in Poland.
Yeah, I did it in Vegas,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
Yeah, we did all the World War II
It
guns.
was awesome. I did
really
the
fun.
BAR as
Yeah.
well. That was brilliant.
That must be awesome.
It was
That
funny
thing
because
chugs.
playing Day of Defeat back in the day, I used to play for a team when enemy down Day of Defeat, and
Okay.
trying to you had to drag your mouse down because the recoil's like.
You could turn your sends up in that game. You could bind it, so when you started spraying, you could drag it right down with it. There was all sorts of
Yeah,
nonsense going
but
on in that game.
for Counter Strike, ones that we haven't done, I don't know.
I feel like a helicopter, like the helicopter mounted machine guns.
What
are coming.
about the Negev?
We
Something
did
like
that as well.
Well, helicopter mounted machine gun, like
Yeah.
whilst flying around.
Yeah, we did that in Battlefield Vegas.
What, flying helicopter with a mounted gun?
We went in a helicopter.
You were
but
inside the
gun,
helicopter, I
the
saw
gun,
that.
we shot the gun. Well, I shot the gun.
Yeah.
Remember that we did the message to developers video.
That's a minigun.
That's the gun from the helicopter.
Is that the gun that you put on? That's the exact
Yes.
Okay, well, fair enough.
That's literally the gun.
Fair enough. That was mental. The fact that you shoot 100 rounds within like less than half a
We
second.
did the
It's just-
minigun in Vegas too. Like,
So it sounds like so
It was
epic,
like
like,
$100
oh.
for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
entertainment,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
worth it. It was pretty cool. Like Moses
The
did that.
MG42,
Yeah.
the DoD Avalanche Special.
Okay.
We did that one. That is actually one of the what not to put in the CSGO videos, I think.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Like Mac 10s are too dangerous. I
Yeah,
guess.
you don't want to do such a Mac 10.
They're a bit wild, aren't they?
They
All
are
the
literally just like,
fly all over the place.
yeah.
Glocks would have been fun. That's my favorite gun to shoot. The Glock. I feel like
Glock is
it feels like a BB gun when you're firing that
Yeah.
thing. It's
So
so
same with
easy
the
to handle.
5.7 because it's
Yeah.
mostly plastic. We did a 5.7 somewhere. I think we did that video already, but I'm trying to think of the ones that we haven't done yet. We did a silenced MP7,
Ooh, that sounds nice.
which is very interesting because that's going to be really curious when you hear the sounds in the game compared to like a real silencer. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I love talking about guns, but I guess we should update the audience. That's what's going on here. We have been kind of valved a little bit here. We got a CSGO update dropped on our asses just as we're entering the third and final map of our grand final here. And we're just making sure that everything's correct. We're going to keep the score as it was. We just have to restart the server. And we're manually having to play through the round as the system works. We have to make sure everyone threw this grenade, did this much damage, survived this amount of time. It takes a little bit of time. We've seen it at tournaments many times before when this happens. Unfortunately, sometimes it's unavoidable. If the update comes out, there really is no technical procedure to get us out of this hole. We have to do it manually.
One
So-
thing you should try, Henry, next time you're at a gun range,
Okay.
is you should look up some videos on the John Wick style of shooting pistols,
Sure.
where you kind of have like this kind of aim. It's actually really interesting because it feels really, really weird trying to do it, but it's actually if you master it, you can be like incredibly accurate. It's so fast, and obviously not all the way out there. So it's quite an interesting thing because it's from a movie you think it's just some crap from a movie, but that's a legitimate way to.
There's videos of Keanu Reeves online, like going through his training.
Yeah.
And he's actually pretty legit. Those films are pretty awesome. Actually.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we actually did a promo for that film at one of the Old Face It events, I think, or wasn't it?
It was in Milan.
Yeah, it's like that was like when we did like 4 tournaments in 2 different countries within like 4 days or something like that.
I was doing some
different
research for like a next season of videos, and I found some kind of strange like security experts in Los Angeles who could teach you like weird like defense things, and I thought it'd be one of those kind of like Louis Theroux surreal where this guy doesn't know, isn't aware of how weird he is, kind of thing. I thought that would be interesting, but never never did that one.
Wasn't there one where like you're gonna get attacked by dogs or something?
Wow. Yeah, that was a plan.
You guys really went for this, didn't you? All the ideas, the melting pot really came together that
We'll
day.
probably do that eventually. You know when you wear that the big arm and stuff, and like go get him. You know, I want to do that.
That's fine.
I'm down.
You can do that. The well-trained dogs.
Dummy. Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, Dan always seems to get the silly outfits. You get to do the cool stuff.
I don't think Dan should be in those kind of environments.
So you're doing it for his safety.
I mean, like he has a few fears.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, you know, open water and things like that.
I did get to lock you in a room with a smoke grenade, so that's good.
Yeah, and then the fire brigade came.
No way.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
because when the smoke went out of our window into the office above and set off their alarm, because we may or may not have had a glove on ours.
Wow.
We would never do that. It's illegal. Anyway, Furia are back, and it's the second round. We're finally back into the match. 3 AKs and 2 pistols for NRG, looking for their first round. Dan.
Yes, absolutely. It's everything's been recreated. You haven't missed too much. If you're just joining us again. And we'll see Furia looking to hold things down on Ivy just for a moment longer, tossing in that smoke. Very precarious position. Ivy. Want to get info, you want to delay, you don't necessarily want to... You don't want to put yourself in a spot where you could die, really. It's quite destabilizing for your team and your outside setup. You can see that NRG are playing this really slow, trying to get rid of as much utility as they possibly can on the Furia side. That's with a forward smoke grenade there, which will certainly make things a little bit more annoying here for Furia. You can see it just basically ruins that crossfire between both Abel and Queserato there. Queserato absolutely beasting the first map, 50 and 24 at the end of it. Unreal stuff, and here it is. Get the outside smokes, NRG are ready to go.
Basically, that was the last grenade almost for the CT side, and it's been perfect so far. Queserato starting off as he means to continue with 2 kills. Is there a chance to plant the bomb? You kind of need control of the Ivy position. That's one way to do it, but there is a CT close with an off angle. They're playing the bomb now. 24 seconds, but Art looks away at the wrong time. It looks so good for Furia. This was supposed to be their round. It's a 2 versus 2 again. They're just playing the bomb. There's one in Pop Dog. Tarek's about to make it even better for them and collect a weapon. And the bomb's rotating to B. They have a read that surely the bomb's being planted on A. This is a really smart decision from NRG. Just in time, Ethan plants the bomb. Now he's got a great advantage. A side plant, he could be anywhere, and he's got a better weapon.
Yeah, there's a lot of time for Yuri to pick something up there. There's loads of guns lying around, I think, on that A-bomb side, but he goes straight for it. Only 52 HP for Ethan, so that MP9 is actually so potent. The ability to run and maneuver so quickly with it whilst still engaging in the fight. And again, he's got this kit, so deciding not to tap the bomb straight away. He has some time. It's all about guesswork. And there it is. He taps the bomb. Ethan spots it. His back is to Ethan. Great quad kill coming out of Ethan. He absolutely saved the round for NRG. Honestly, they look so poorly off after that flash came into the Ivy position. There was that double kill. Looked like it was over. Looked like it was curtains for NRG, but they win the force buy.
See all these kills from Ethan. He did a lot. That was a significant kill. That really was a game changer. Art re-emerging from the smoke, and then he managed to outmaneuver. But as well, credit to be willing to rotate to B in that situation. A was almost a suicide mission to try and plant. You know the other CT is going to be there. So great presence of mind in that regard. Now we look to continue into round number 3. NRG, of course, well equipped after that effort. And Furia are in an unusual spot. Should be a 2-0 from their opinion, but NRG decided to take another route.
Well, Furia are pretty deadly with these scouts, James. We'll see what they can do with them. Abel J and Art to wield those. We've got the 5.7 PT50 and Yuri with the MP9 as well, as they look to cause damage at the very start. This has been an epic series so far. The second map, one of the best online games of CS you'll probably ever see, so check that out after this if you missed it. For now, though, NRG going for their default, trying to avoid any stacks, any pushes, and deny these scout tags. There's the first one, though. It's going to be a double. Both scouts facing towards Ivy, and they both connect.
That's hilarious. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, that's actually kind of sick.
The fact that you put both scouts in that position in of itself is pretty interesting. Tarek, though, this is actually not a bad play. I mean, with the snipers towards the A-bomb side, he's got a pretty good spot, but you can see he has been spotted out, though, so he can't get anything from it. And Furia can adjust their setup. This is kind of promising, the fact that they've gained this kill so early on, and it also puts the pressure on NRG to get the skates on towards getting a bomb plant in case Serato. This might be an absolute genius move here. Just in that smoke, he's going to see their legs first. This is actually a fantastic position. Ethan has a nade in his hand. If that smoke goes away, oh, and they're going to run past him. Breeze, does he realize? Oh my god, that was so close. Breeze just barely survives. And here come the scouts. There's one headshot from Art, and with Breeze so low again, there might be some play left here for Furia.
Time will tell. It's looking unlikely, however. The scouts and the retake isn't the most interesting situation for Furia. They'll do their best to get as close as they possibly can and make this uncomfortable, but I don't think there's much of a chance. Another kill, though. It will come through, and Breeze has to try and deny this plant as quick as he can. Both kills come through. That will be the round, and the final kill comes through. So a nice attempt there from Furia, but ultimately denied by NRG. They will have themselves a clean round here. This should be a full eco at this point.
Actually pretty crazy, though, because if they get in that 1v2 that Breeze pulled off, if they actually trade that out, you could actually see that Art was already in position to absolutely nail Cirque. There was a one round, unless Breeze does this, it's a one round for Furia.
That player waiting in the smoke as well, Breeze bumped into him. If he cleanly got past him, he would have won the round, like hands down.
Yeah.
But that's why we love CS so much. Just so many small variables can change the outcome of a round. It's so crazy. As we said, a full eco here. Outside play. For now, Ethan looking absolutely deadly with the AK. He rips off the head of the first. 5 versus 4, they can hold up now. Nothing more needs to be done. Daps, as we mentioned, likes the lesser weapons, likes to throw himself in, get the information. Means there's no input lag from his calls to his teammates. He's getting them ready to make their play, and he might kill absolutely everyone. Not before Art can get the taser kill, though. He'll get an AK, maybe a second on the cards. Not quite. There'll only be one player that goes down. We're seeing more and more of the Zeus these days, as we go 3-1 on the T side for the North American squad, NRG. Furia will have the orbs out now. Art purchases that straight away. He needs to step up at this point. Furia have found themselves in a deficit after looking so strong at Overpass. It's going to be difficult to find the tenacity to stay in this series at this point. Whoever loses this map is out of week 2 and have to come back in the following week and start all over again in the quarterfinals.
I think these are really important early rounds for NRG. If Furia are to have a strong CT side, maybe shaken by that second round, things could be completely different at this point. Daps holding a pop flash for Tarek. There it goes, there he is. There he was. Upper B has been taken, but at what cost? Half of Tarek's health is what cost. Yuri with the MP9, the rest are better equipped for Furia, waiting for the initial raise of NRG. Normally it's the other way around. Holding on to this smoke grenade for as long as possible. Minute 20 and it's deployed. There are 3 more smoke grenades for Furia, so this may continue to be a slow round for NRG.
Well, grouping up towards Ivy, and I don't know if Furia will be quite ready for this. They have a forward setup towards Pop Dog and T main, and with Abel in the hell position with the Orc, he's going to be tasked with dealing with this. And this is the smoke we'll probably see thrown most rounds here, or rather a deeper smoke I'd imagine they'd want. Like so. Here they go. Abel, how much can he get? They've got actually somewhat of a crossfire here. Of course, one player is blocked off by the smoke. He's got an AWP. He goes through. He's absolutely crazy to go through that. Does it work out here? They are tagged up quite heavily, NRG, but they do have the advantage on players. That was such an important frag. It is traded out by Vinny. Still opportunity here for Furia, but it's going to be very stretched.
Damage being done, and it's still coming down to this outside bomb site. We'll see if this is going to be enough as the bomb goes down. Can it be denied? Vinny can't do enough, and it's going to be Yuri now with a winnable situation. He's got the perfect weapon to close this round out. There it is, 1 versus 1, but Cirque once more hits a godlike shot to get his 3rd kill of the round. It looked like he was out of it, and how many times has he bailed them out with the AK-47? Not the AWP. The amount of clutches he's won with the rifle is outstanding.
That's unbelievable. I thought he was toasted. That MP9, as you said, you couldn't ask for something better. Like, you don't expect the player to be moving that quickly when they're swinging on you. And so had to hit the first bullet, and he somehow did. And as James mentioned, these rounds are early on this CT to like deny Furia CT side. Absolutely pivotal here. We're anticipating that that Furia will struggle more on that T side, but we'll have to see how things turn out. Cirque, with that confidence, with the AK-47, a very oppressive force here, moving into this A bomb site. Oh, hello.
Oh, there's something afoot here. 3 versus 3, the scout doing damage as well, and this is where NRG sometimes struggle. They will pull a kill back, however. That's Yuri going down. K-Serato left on 1 HP, but he might be able to find yet another. He absolutely has, but Breezy has him. Has the information as to where he is, and he's used that to book it towards the inside area. One of them is incredibly low. That's K-Serato with the AK-47. Breezy will plant open towards a connector here. Now he does go back to the lower ramp or focus towards the CT spawn area. Looks like that's been answered for us. Lots of noise, sound cues, and Breezy should be able to close this one out. We will see. They'll have no information as to where he is, but the trade comes through. They stick together, and finally a bit of luck there for Furia. Comfortable defuse, and AbleJ with 2 frags in the round. The partial buy works out for them. The CZs, the scouts once more doing damage, and it's the Desert Eagles finding most of the kills there.
The victories are narrow already. Every round feels like it's going down to the wire. But I think NRG are at a strong advantage at the moment with these early rounds and early leads. Maybe this is a chance for Furia to stabilize. As you can see, they are capable of doing a lot with not much. Took a lot to win that round. And now they start to get where they want to be. Triple AUG, AK-47, AWP on Art. It's a big buy from both teams. This could be a pivotal round early in the first half. We'll have to wait and see. So, of course, on the AWP as well. Window broken early. That is so cheeky. No fear whatsoever. No respect. You could do it from out the window, but he wants to do it from down the ladder.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, the run boost comes in towards Ivy as well. NRG certainly have enough cash and skill, it seems, to open things up. And it's AbleJ that's going down first. Smoke to the right-hand side, focusing towards the backtracks here. Arts with a wild shot towards Ivy, does not connect. And we can see Yuri boosted on top of Green Trade and looking above the smoke, seeing if anyone tries to sneak through towards the backtrack position.
It's so devastating losing that Ivy player this early. It's so devastating. Gets even worse. I don't know how they're going to pull this one back now because, I mean, the thing is that benefits Furia is that there's no push from T main or from Pop. So there's a chance here. Vinny's actually nailed that kill. That's really important. That does give them something, a lifeline, but still, the damage has really been done. They've lost the AWPer as well, and that's so huge. And we can see that now NRG is starting to work on that B-bomb side. But the bomb is very far away. However, it doesn't matter, because if they pull the rotation, CT rotation, into the B-bomb side, then the bomb will have that clean path to the A plant. But things are looking a little bit better now here for Furia as they start to defend. Tarek walking through the smoke. Will they see this? Oh, he's actually so tight to the wall here. He might get all the way around to connector. This could be brutal for Furia.
He might get a free pick on Vinny. However, K-Serato in main might be enough to stop the bomb plant. 15 seconds, he can start to move into position. Would I expect this? Surely they go back train. He doesn't have the angle after all. But he's spotting the information. One player towards the IV area, one player on the bomb train. Third one is a question mark, and that's Tarek. But he wins his duel, and that is surely going to be the round. Furia will be saved by the round loss bonus, it seems, but NRG will extend their lead once more. No consecutive round for Furia. Really bad position for them early on.
Yeah, it's devastating.
You can see the loss bonus they will have, though. Looks to be 3,500 at this point, somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I think there's a slight bug there.
Looks like they got 2,900, or not even that, 2,400 into this round. So yes, there it is. It's all updated now. We're back on track as we get into round number 8. Here's the initial pick. This was pretty remarkable from Breezy. Takes down one of the key players, AbleJ. Arts tries to rectify the situation, but a nice lurk from Tag towards the connector. Finishes things off with a couple of kills. 5-2 on the T side and an eco on the cards for Furia. That hasn't slowed them down before, though. They can do great work with these Deagles and K-Serato, the absolute hero of Overpass. 50 frags. Still wasn't enough. He's got the AUG.
It's a great nade. That's done massive damage to Cirque, and that makes all the difference. With all these pistols at play, Furia, they need to figure out Ivy. I think NRG going to start to find weaknesses there in future rounds. That's beautiful timing. K-Serato comes in off the distraction, but the response is strong from Breeze. He's actually been so impactful for NRG so far in this half, and looks like a free one for Tarek, waiting for the push here. It's desperation all over the place for Furia as they look to find a way into this one, but NRG just have, oh, I was going to say they have every position. Timing, they're not quite perfect, but looks like it's completely fine. Covers there from Cirque. And the round will go to NRG, but Yuri can find a gun perhaps.
Well, he's got the AK-47. Smoke, Deagle. Might as well save that at this stage. Absolutely no chance of winning the round. So that will be beneficial going forward. Money's starting to stabilize on the Furia side, but they are 6-2 down. Remember though, the other maps we've seen, there's been amazing comebacks, resurgences on either side. Still plenty of time for Furia to get back into this one, but it's not looking good on the CT side of Train.
Maybe one of their greatest tests.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, so in that respect, it's positive as a viewer. See what happens when they are taken to the limit. 50 frags in double overtime, still can't take it over the line.
Yeah.
But you have a third map in you. What can you do?
Well, the double orb setup, I think, is almost a certainty here. We should see that come through. Desperate times usually call for desperate measures. The first comes out. We'll see if they fancy a second. Doesn't look like it. Focusing on the Orgs here. Not so many Kriegs on the NRG side. This time they're going to have a saved Org from the CT forces. Cirque back on his AWP. And just one Orb on either side. See if NRG can continue their rampage here on Train. Doing a very good job. This is the grand final. Looking to book themselves a place in London. Nice job from Tarek. The flashbang, perfect from Daps. Sets them up. He could even get the double here. Not quite. They trade blows, but NRG have the advantage with K-Serato down at 16.
Nice shot coming in from Art. Gets a headshot with that AWP, but look how quickly out breezes. Cirque also able to trade out there, so things starting to get very interesting, but still, NRG always seem to be in the advantage, but that might change it all. A 3 versus 2, but the A bomb site is for the taking here for NRG. They got all the space they could ever want when with Cirque standing large and in charge with this AWP. It's going to be very difficult here for the CT side, but they are just biding their time. They're waiting for the plant to come in. You can see that Ivy is controlled by Able J. He doesn't have to do much. He can just hold this position. It's down to his teammates to rotate into favorable positions. Now they could try to spread out, or they could both come from T main. Looks like they'll spread out, and they can just wait here for that combined attack. Ivy, Pop, and T main together.
HE can run distraction to some degree. NRG know there are 2 more to find. Cirque has a good angle, but if he starts to look towards that main position, his barrel may give him away. There we go. The bomb is ticking quickly, though. Only Yuri has a kit. He's the one who needs to get on the bomb, and his other teammates need to defend. Daps with an opposing angle, but there's a CT for both sides. Out he comes, but there's the first one. Oh, he's going to find it, isn't he? No, he's not! Just saved, just about. K-Serato, of course, 6 kills for him so far. But again, every Furia win is going down to the wire. Real, holding on by fingernails.
Yuri took a hit there. He took a hit down to 22 HP. Daps had hit him in the head first, that's it.
Yeah, so many small moments here. So difficult to separate these 2 teams, and here's the slow motion. You can see.
He hit him twice.
Yeah, if one more bullet would have done it.
Oh my god.
Not meant to be, apparently. Money's still there for NRG. Furia will go into that double orb setup. Able and Art to bring it out. A big moment here. They need to find momentum, some consecutive rounds as Ethan, once again, being such a nuisance down that pop dog area, is trying to disallow any sort of entrance for the CTs here. Flashbang, absolutely spot on. Able will have to smoke it out, lost control, and allow them to get a little bit closer to that server. He does not take any damage, however.
Able really wants to get in there with that AWP. Again, it's such a precious position. You do not want to give those picks away at Ivy. It's one of the worst spots to die as the CT. Like, if you're going to lose a pick, I'd rather leave someone at the front of the site. Either way, Hayes will come in. NRG playing a slow pace. It's been working for them really well so far. K-Serato with some pretty forward control here. Could get a flash in from a teammate if they want to go further. But the bomb moves towards the inner bomb sites. As we have Cirque just trying to check that smoke with his AWP. There's smoke on the ramp at the moment. This is really tense. The outside setup from Furia is very good, but they're weak inside at the moment. Art is able to rotate through connector, though. But will he get warning enough in time before it's too late?
30 seconds remain. Daps chucks a flashbang down. It looks like the inside player will be coming through, though. Breeze shows a little bit of pressure towards the Ivy spot. 20 seconds now. The bomb goes down the lower ramp. Or almost certainly going to be there. Actually, it's just Yuri. This fake has been convincing. He needs multiple kills here. He gets the first. He denies a plant. He buys a little bit of time for the rotation, but the plant still comes through. But it's the 4 versus 3 advantage. But can they hold on to it?
Yeah, such a long rotation because of that smoke. They all go through CT spawn. It's going to take them ages to get there. It's going to be so much down to Vinny as well coming in from the lurk. But first, the team have to make contact as they start to push down.
Oh.
And that's not bad, is it? Cirque starts things off so strong. Oh, they have to go for it. It's so difficult. Tarek in the back here. This 1v1's everything. And he nails it. There's surely no chance now for Vinny.
On the ladder?
How? Did he get up first? We weren't on his POV.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I don't think
he
did.
Just came up, no-scoped him on the ladder.
It didn't even look like half of his body was above. Jeez Louise.
Okay. Well, Sug, he hit this amazing shot to kick things off. If he closed it off with a no-scope and ladder as well, that's just ridiculous. Tarek with a great shot here. And of course, yep, no-scope on the ladder. Of course it was.
But it doesn't make sense.
Oscar's
yes, but
done that before,
it's random,
but
right? It's random,
range.
right? So occasionally the
that's part of the
random element will come in your favor.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Sometimes the odds come in.
Damage being taken here. Vinny out surviving for a pretty large amount of time. So much damage, but they just can't get the kills. There's one. P250 starts to deliver. Breeze low, but just Yuri by camera. This is not a bad smoke for him, actually. Ooh, this could be a nice frag. He's maybe got an AK available. Oh, that's not bad. 2 more to go. This becomes doable. That spray's on point as well. This guy, he's ready for it. Deagle's out. He's inspecting it and everything. What the hell's going on?
That's insane. Those 2 shots. That sent a message out at least. He's not done here yet. 8-3 down, but still plenty of life left in Furia. This second shot, this is unreal. That shouldn't be possible. That's absolutely crazy, but there we go. Furia back on their feet financially. Still so much work to do to stay in this game, though. It's slipping away from them. It's been a long, agonizing best of 3. The update certainly didn't help things out as they had to patiently wait up and stew over their defeat on Overpass. Orgs are out. Is there a kit available? There's 1 for Art. That is it. Ethan, blind but in the brown halls. Art, 2 in front of him. The flashbang affects him also, and he'll have to fall back.
I think NRG are going to grow confidence round after round. The rounds Furia won have been so close. NRG look like they're in full control at the moment.
Oh, I feel like, I mean, it's a mixture of NRG playing Ivy well, but Abel's, he's taking so much damage and going down early in that position on a few of these rounds. It adds up a little bit. If Furia are able to find a way in this round, though, I mean, that 7-8 scoreline, I can definitely see them having a strong enough T-side afterwards to convert that somehow, but got to be really careful not to give up that first kill. It's really put so much pressure on how you have to reposition the entire team based off of 1 man going down. Mornay's going into the outer bomb site. They're going for it.
5 on 5, smokes everywhere, bullets flying in both directions. 1 player spotted in heaven. NRG getting eliminated 1 by 1. Is this where Furia mount a comeback? 4 players survive. Almost perfect for them. Really good position they're in that particular round.
They've actually broke the money down here as well, so NRG in trouble. Excuse me.
This is exactly what Furia need.
Yeah.
This is the opportunity they need to make it competitive in the second half.
We'll see if they want to force buy here. I doubt it. There's no real need to. They've got enough money for a buy next round. So PD50s and Deagles. A couple of flashes suggest they'll go somewhere like inside, try and overwhelm that 1 player. Get a plant down, not before. Breeze will have a look towards main entrance with the Deagle. Incendiary comes in, that probably denies everything. Yuri with the lower ramp control, drops the smoke for good measure and sets up Art.
Very tense. These Deagles, they can snowball around very quickly. Okay, so Rato, how much can he get here? Flash through. There's the first one. Easy. 1 more to go in this position. Maybe more than that, actually. They're starting to double up there. It's really important to deny the T's through. Once they spill out in numbers, that's when things get a bit scary. But it looks like everything's under control. Furia have 4 players towards the front of this A-bomb site. at the train yard. A slow flank coming in from Daps, but he won't have any teammates really left before he comes in to do something. So now he's not really much of a flank anymore. It's just one man against it all. They've not taken any damage, actually. K-Serato getting every frag. So this is good. This has gone exactly as it had to, because they have to build up that money. Maybe they can get those 7 rounds.
Maybe.
Two more to go. Astralis with Deagles in this scenario, outside of a peak like that. Like, K-Serato is re-peaking in a situation where if you're trying to one-deek someone, the CT doesn't have so much room to play with either. So you've got a pretty reasonable chance to dome him. So you've got to be really careful with those re-peaks. It didn't quite work out. But if you see, there are some rounds where Astralis will run an eco with Deagles on the T side, and they will try to engage the CTs repeatedly picking in that scenario, because there is minimal adjustment if he's a bit to the left or a bit to the right for a one-deek.
Last couple of rounds here, Furia desperately need them. Much quieter round at the start here. You can see NRG have barely any resources in terms of the utility here. 4 smokes, 1 Molotov, and a single flashbang to try and penetrate either bomb site of train here. Lots of time on the clock. Just what do they do with it? Single orb set up on either side. No damage exchange just yet as the wallbang attempts come through from outside towards the brown halls. Vinny holding strong on the pop dog as NRG readjusts. Same story for Furia, getting that AUG up high, getting a bird's eye view of the bomb site, and Daps just helps himself to the lower ramp. Breeze has been tagged in the process, but they have some sort of inside control. The bomb's not there. This could be a ruse. NRG famed for their fakes as Daps looks to open things up, does considerable damage, but it's a 5 versus 4 in favor of Furia.
But with that kill, Furia have figured out that it's just all a fake. Vinny's got to do damage. Oh, he's got 2, could be 3. He will get taken down on the trade, and it's only Cirque who has HP left. Breeze tagged up by the AWP previously, remember, and that will be the end of NRG in this round. Furia back on the scoreboard. 6 rounds for them. So important if they get this last round, which it looks like they likely will, given the money. That's a solid amount of rounds to fight back with.
It's realistic now.
Yes.
There's a target in sight. They can do something with this. Sure, it's not a good half by any stretch, but at least they've got enough to work with now. They can even afford to lose a pistol and still have a realistic chance, as NRG have absolutely nothing here in round 15. CZ's, MAC-10s, and Yuri's coming in hot. He's got the AK-47, but the Tech-9, the run and gun, will find the opening frag. Arts will defend with the AWP, but not for long. This is all falling apart at the seams as Vinny desperately tries to get his way back into the round. He's doing damage, and the final bullet can't connect. Bomb planted, 4 versus 3, and Vinny, luckily, does not burn himself to a crisp.
My God. Flames costing so much, leaving K-Serato alone 1 versus 4. There's heavily tagged players, but surely we're asking too much of Mr. 50 frags.
Oh my God, that was a series of blunders there from Furia. They all fell apart.
And there it is. The final kill comes through, a resounding victory in the context of Train. 9-6 on the T side for NRG. Could they be our next team making their way towards London? There's only one way to find out, and that's after this break. We'll see you there.
I'll take your heart and wipe it off your sleeve. Should have known by now, there's no reason to.
We've reached the crescendo of week 2 of ECS Season 7. It's the third and final map. It's been an epic affair so far. Who will be the victor? NRG currently lead 9-6 at Furia trail on the T side. It looks like they're approaching with very fast pace, and Tarek is more than happy to welcome them to the pop dog area. 2 headshots, and the bomb has been dropped. It looks so strong for NRG at this point, and it's a 4 versus 2, but not for long. Still some life in Furia yet.
Ooh, and they might be ready to deliver the same medicine, although the switch of the guns is going to give the game away that someone's waiting down there. Serato, he knows what's up. Oh my god, they've actually made this doable now. I can't believe it. Abel coming straight up the ladder. Didn't realize there's one more. Serato has to punish this. He has to go and get this kill. He needs this kill so much. Goes for the reload. There's no armor on him either. This is very unfavorable. He's got 2 flashes and a decoy. They're so useless right now. Oh my god, he gets it. Eventually, what is happening up the ladder? He goes. Ethan locks it down. And the pistol, the all-important pistol, goes to NRG, and more importantly, there's no bomb plant. That's the critical failure there.
You don't
no
need
bomb
to pull
plant.
your knife out if you only have a USP.
Don't kill the hype, James. You gotta get excited. You just brought it right down.
So I'm disappointed. I want to see him trying to kill the last guy.
I know I'm a pessimist, but let's keep the energy going. Final day. It's the final show of the week. All right.
I'm leaving now.
It's James's show. I just work here. But we are into round 17. The Glocks are out. It's the inside rush. Will there be a bomb plant? That's the question. No.
The answer is no, Henry.
There we go. That's some excitement. Let's go.
There will be no bomb plant today. But now we are into tomorrow, and the buy is here for Furia.
Oh, yes.
And the Kriegs are coming.
Oh, you're setting the scene now. Dan, give us one of those classic rounds, a DDK highlight reel. Let's get it. let's get it right now.
Well, we need the action to...
Hiko comes in again.
We need the action to give us something first of all, and we'll have to see how Furia decide to open things up. They do have superior weaponry. If we look at the potential for the 1v1s, the AKs, the Krieg, the singular Krieg on Art should come out tops. And here we go. Art's out there straight away and just snaps the neck of Cirque with the Krieg, and the smoke's all over the place. And you can see why this gun is strong in these positions. His teammates are going to Inner right now. There is a timing window where Inner is fully vulnerable. Just daps with a measly MP9. They have to go right now. They're going to try to do so and burst through that smoke. Art goes down. They have to go for it. Dap's still alive. The incendiary's dropped. Oh no, the bomb's on the ground. It's all gone wrong, Henry.
It's absolutely gone wrong here, and NRG stands strong. 4 kills for Ethan, and Yuri has nothing to say about this one. It's looking like he's dead in the water, holding between the trains, just waiting for any sort of opportunity. He needs a mistake to come through, but the CTs just need to hold their positions. They're all covered. Everyone is fine for now. Yuri will proceed. He spots one. He might not want to go for the insta-kill, but takes it! My God, he's got a chance. All of a sudden, this 4 versus 2 looks realistic. 50 seconds to work with here. Unfortunately, the bomb still down towards lower, but he goes around the map, hunting for the next player, currently holding towards connector.
He's only got so much time. As a player B ramp now, he can still get a 1 versus 1, but starting to run, they will hear him, and that almost guarantees a trade kill situation. Breeze will hit the legs, and that's a wrap. Double the score of their opponent, NRG. They are really well and truly in the driving seat now on train.
That was a hype round. That opening kill with the Krieg, I was feeling it. I thought that was coming. But Ethan, he has gone into 5th gear right now.
The fact that they're both peeking that position as well, they kind of serve them like 2 people don't have to die there. That's a problem. They don't go for the bomb plant straight away, go for the challenges. Really want to shut the CTs down out of connector, but they weren't quite fast enough. Credit to Daps having the right utility usage to slow them down just enough to give Ethan the time to rotate and be in the position at the right time. This is a game with the tiniest timing margins, and NRG find a way to make it favorable for them there. And it's down to the pistols. After this, Furia will have another buy, but I mean, there's only so many chances, and they are running out of them very rapidly.
Inside play, full execution on the cards here. They've got the smokes, the flashbangs, the Molotovs, but Daps and Ethan are more than happy to defend this. They're very, very good inside of that. Nade's going to do a lot of damage. In it comes. Boom! About 80 done, and it's up to Daps now to finish them off. He's softened the targets here, needs to deny this plant. He's bought enough time for his teammates to rotate in, and he stands strong. He finds 2 kills, but there's still a chance of the plant. It desperately makes his way across. Still a chance of it going down here. They can't win the round at this point, but Serato will get the C4 planted. 2 versus 4 now. If they're going to win this, some 1-digs have to be delivered right now. Incendiaries all over the map as Serato has left with absolutely nothing. Good attempt there by Furia. They get some cash in the bag. And I just want to note, this new update, the HUD, the new money, we've got a great team here at Face It. They're updating the HUD as we go. You can see because they defuse a bomb, they get 3,500 for winning the round now. So we've updated the HUD on the fly to signify the amount when you win the round, and that's because they defuse the bomb. They get 3,500. If you win by elimination, Dan, how much do you get?
30-50.
There you go. And it's all there on screen to help us through the day.
Your viewing pleasure.
Oh, so, cool. So now it shows you with the bomb plant as well.
Exactly.
So
that's why I said 3,500 before. We got confused.
So there's no abacus needed anymore.
We've got it all.
I still want an abacus, though.
So that includes,
a child's one.
That includes the bomb plant. Exactly. So we can do everything here. That's great work.
Well, the Krieg has changed hands because also on the AWP, it's Vinny that has the responsibilities of the all-important Krieg. For Serato, we need another 50 bomb from him right now.
Yeah, that would do it. If he could drop one of those at this point.
It's going to be difficult, though. Already Furia struggling. They are a team that's very tactical. They've got some great understanding how to run fakes and so on train. But the problem with this is if you don't have many rounds, let's say 3 rounds of error margin, that's problematic because you can't set expectations very much. You can't start to condition your opponents. You just don't have quite enough rounds to take the kinds of risks that you would need to really do that effectively. So you have to really lean on some great defaults and pick-based styles to get yourself back up on the board first. And you can see that's what's going to come out here. We'll have a quick set piece onto the A bomb site, but that is just crushing. That's absolutely crushing. Serato dies immediately. They're streaming one by one through these choke points. It's not worked out here. It's not worked out at all.
Yeah, this is what I expected, that NRG would be too strong on their CT side. That's what we've seen so far, and that's what we continue to see. Only 2 rounds away now. Obviously, before we knew they'll be starting on the CT side, I thought that this half of both teams would determine who the winner would be. And it looks pretty good for NRG, although most of this work, in fairness, has been done on their T side, where Furia couldn't get their foot in the game, getting reset immediately after the pistol just turned out to be a disaster for them. It's still not too late to turn it around, but
I don't know about
surely it's too much.
And against the quality of NRG, you can't just go for a raw set piece because they'll have players in those positions. If you get a guy pop dog, then they can't stand on top of the train. If you get a guy out against the E-box guy to push the E-box guy back, now you can actually start running the set piece because you can get out the choke points. They're going fast though. They're going real fast. This is one way to do it. You got to hit those shots. You got to be on top of your DM skills. As we'll see, the T's pushing very quickly down the yard. Ethan, I thought that might have been a chance there, but if Serato finds one swinging out of Ivy, and oh man, this is looking brutal. It's now down to Able J. 1 versus 2. It's doable. Not quite ready for that first one, but he'll reset the situation to find the next engagement.
Tarek can see the legs because Able J is too close to the train. Free kill for Tarek, and it's match point for NRG. The best opportunities have come and gone for Furia, and now they are in the worst position they've been in this series so far.
It's so brutal, isn't it? The Scythe is remorseful, Daniel. It's it's a real cruel world out there. It's been a roller coaster ride for Furia. They had series point, London point, as you said, in the palm of their hand twice. Yeah, someone said it. I can't remember who.
Phone box point.
Might have been you. I don't know. Double-decker point. And we'll get into what could be the final round. And for now, it's going to be the upper rush.
Oh, wow. That's bold. That is very bold. Okay, might actually work out. They get the opening pick. Tarek there holding down the sidewalk. This is a really strong position to pressure from. That's a big nade, but beautiful work from Yuri to get around the back here. Cirque, you know he's good for it. Looking for more damage as he knows there's one below him in the smoke. Just being such a nuisance there. Yuri's doing excellent work with that Krieg.
3 versus 1 in favor of Furia. Being careful, but so many rounds in a row to get. This one looks good. The margin for error is 0. Breeze is creeping. No, surely not. Surely not.
Like
this would be unbelievable. No. Nobody's there. Really? To make it to land with a ninja
They've actually done it. It's over. It's over.
They're miles away. Not like this.
It's actually done. Get him out of here.
So close.
Oh, God.
NRG make it to land with a ninja defuse in a 1 versus 3 and one of the most epic series we've seen so far this season. Unreal.
Just to add insult to injury, it goes down like that. Oh, God, no. Please, I can't take it. Let alone them. That's unreal. I have no words, guys. I have no words.
I don't know, like, can you top the Ethan spray transfer with the AUG to prevent his teammate dying so they hit the defuse to make it to map 3 or to make it to the overtime? Does that top it? I mean, that's close.
I feel like it's just one of those points that I think they've accepted defeat at that stage. They're not really thinking straight. They've all pushed and just trying to get through round by round, and they've had a lapse of judgment, perhaps, and it's all gone wrong. Man, Ninja defuse to close it out. Maybe better for the guys, because it would have been agonizing to get closer and then for the big denial to come in later. But still, you've got to credit NRG at this point. Yeah. They were down. It looked like they were out. They had the fight tooth and nail with every ounce of energy they had. It was an unbelievable display of skill today. Commiserations to Furia. They tried their absolute best. They're an impressive team. They've got a bright future ahead of them, and hopefully they've learned a lot from this. And NRG are our next team qualified to the London finals. This is how the bracket played out this week. What an excellent week of Counter-Strike it's been. It'll be difficult to top this one, James.
That was massive. That was everything. Crazy. It was all the things. That second map was crazy. But to finish it off in such a fashion as well is great, considering it was pretty dominant for NRG in that third map. But to finish it in such a style is fantastic. But I can't imagine someone getting closer and not making it. I think that was even closer than FaZe in the Boston Major at some points.
Yeah.
With match points. That was just that spray. Going back to that spray transfer from Ethan, his teammates here. The other guy with the knife is here. That spray transfer kept them in this match and took them to this point.
Online Counter-Strike is back, baby. And it's alive and kicking. It's doing all the things, and it's providing non-stop entertainment week in, week out. That's 2 weeks now. We've had incredible games. Best of threes. They've gone right down to the wire. These teams are sweating it out. They are passionate for these wins. They want them, and they're fighting for them. It's so cool to watch. It's probably the best online CS I've seen since way back in the day, and that's saying something. It used to be great back then, and it kind of dropped off the last couple of years, but this has been fantastic. What a great week.
It's great as well, because of the best of 3 format and having the veto process be as it is, you have a situation where NRG gets to play all 3 maps. NRG are probably going to win this against Furia, like most of the time, of course, obviously, so because they're the better team overall. They have a deeper map pool, so it not only is it's like truly rewarding to the best team, and we get the best games as well. So it's fantastic. It's a way better format. Just love it.
Well, there's not just the tickets to London on the line. There's also $12,000 for the victors. Bring that leaderboard up. Let's see how the land lies as we jump into it. It's going to be NRG after their placement last week. They get extra cash, and then 12,000 they've just won now. It's a nice chunk of change there. Rogue already qualifies. That's why they've got the 12K up there as well. But as you can see, some big names that haven't quite made it through. Team Liquid, most notable at this stage. We need to see them come through. They have 3 weeks remaining, and they won't be playing. Well, we don't have next week, do we? We kind of take a break for now, don't we, James? It all kind of takes a pause. We're going to miss out on this Counter-Strike action, but here's the next bracket. This is what it will look like, as it will be Cloud9 Space Station, Singularity versus Luminosity. Ints back at it again against Denial. Bad news, Beavers. Bears. Okay, I went for Beavers.
Yeah,
almost got it. And Complexity. Kind of completely thrown away my own credibility in the final few moments of my hosting career here, but I don't know. Bad News Beaver's a pretty cool name, I thought.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You can take it.
I really thought that was going to work out.
Bad News Beavers.
Damn.
Keep trust.
What a way to close it. Well, it's been a fantastic week, gents. That's. Oh, we've got one more little segment for you. It's not all done yet, James.
No, it's not.
Your favorite part of the show, actually. It's the HyperX X Factor of the game. I don't know who this goes to. I don't know what moment it is. It's going to be a surprise for all of us as we get into it. Let's enjoy what kind of special play this must be. And it's going to be on Train. And it's Mr. Breezy and the Ninja Defuse. What else?
It's cool, but for me, the Ethan spray transfer, they don't exist right now if that doesn't happen. Whereas they've got plenty of time to bring this back. So this is cool. But I think Ethan is like, that play was absolute MVP. Although the sheer absurdity of this
I love
is
the
close.
fact they're just like, oh no, someone throw the Molotov, and one of the boys I just noticed had already disconnected before the bomb was in the diffuser. And it's like, oh God, not
Can't
like
believe this.
Smash the computer up, the chair, the desk, it's all gone. Oh God. Well, we've got a couple more things to do, and I think it's quite fitting we do it in the traditional way. Dan, could you do the social media call-outs for us and tell our people they want to talk about the game? What hashtag should they use?
At ECS on Twitter, of course. Hashtag ECS7 is how you can, of course, get involved in the discussion of all the games. If you have any questions that you want to shoot any of us or the ECS crew, or any ideas as to how, what we could do with the show, or fun stuff, or jokes. We don't think any good jokes. Just tweet that to Henry at this point. He's off. He's done. As he's gone out with a bang. But that's how you get involved. And what have we got next, Henry? Is that it?
No, we have one more thing. James is going to tell us why people should come to the finals. I don't think we need to explain it too much after that game, but why should they go?
To see more of this action, but to see it live, to be part of the crowd, the international crowd in London. ECS.faceit.com is where you can find tickets. There's still a discount available, so get there. Early bird catches the worm.
Absolutely. That is the end of the show. It's been an amazing couple of weeks. This is my last showing on the online broadcast. So hopefully I'll see you at the London finals as well. James Bardolph and Dan will continue with the Bears in a few weeks' time. I'm sure it's going to be just as fun, just as crazy, maybe even funnier. Who knows? Actually, without me there. It's
definitely going to be funnier.
Without me there, it might not be as funny, but it'll be pretty good still.
Be more competent.
He has done it again, hasn't he?
More professional.
You got to leave on a positive note, I think. And that's complimenting myself is the best way to do that. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great week at CS. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.